Okay, this is gonna be system test 2 of the Firelite Ms-10ud. You might say Firelite Ms-5ud here, but it's a 10 zone conventional panel because I have a 10ud board in here. And yes, I do have an FLPS7, but I still have not figured out how to wire it correctly because when I do, it gives me an AC fault. So yeah, also have batteries hooked up. But also a weird thing is when I put it on battery backup, I'm going to use the switch here that you could use instead of turning off the breaker, but look what happens. Yeah, I don't know why it does that, but that happens. Also, it does the same thing if I completely shut off the breaker, but I'm not sure why. Also the batteries, I tested it. It's more than 24 volts. These two combined are like 27 volts, which should be enough for it. I'm not sure if it's overpowering the panel, but yeah, it's a weird fault. I'll show you again. It does that. I'm not sure why, but yeah, it does that. Anyways, yeah, enough talking about the panel. Most of the devices are the same. I have my Edwards Integrity or whatever it is, the Siemens cool station right here. I have an agent release right here though. I switched it to the notifier one. I have a system sensor, remote horn, and wheel lock remote strobe. I have the call point is still right here. I'm never going to change this because I really like how it looks, and also it's the small square box, which I really love because I love how good it fits on here. It fits perfectly on here. I have a Gentex Commander 4 set on high volume on temporal 3. We'll go back to that. I have a 2-wire system sensor i3. I used to have 4-wire one. I switched it to a 2-wire one. What else? I switched it to a Firelite BG12. Yeah, I switched. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing that. That's weird. I might tighten the screws too much, or maybe because I'm pushing right here. But yeah, it's not pushing in all the way. I'll tighten that later. But it seems to be normal now. Let me see. Yeah. So that was weird. But yeah, I have a system sensor L series set on temporal 3 low volume because this is loud as hell. And I put these together because they're like PB and J. If you have Firelite a Firelite BG12L or BG12 series, you must have a system sensor device at the Spectral Advanced, Classic, or the L series. So that's why these are together. I'm thinking if I get an addressable panel like the notifier, whatever it's called, I don't know. Like the Firelite 9200 or 9600 UDLS or the Firelite ES50X. I really like that panel. I'm thinking putting the LX because I feel like these two will match really well. Anyways, I still have the key switch right here. Oops, a little bit overexposed. I have the key switch right here, and I have a system sensor 2151. This looks exactly like the addressable one. If I do get an addressable panel, I might think of getting the addressable version of this. This one is running off 2 wires. I was kind of confused how to wire this, but after a while, I eventually wired it. But yeah, none of the devices here are set on verification. Well, none of the devices on the basement are set on verification. Also, I have the Honeywell Vista siren thingy. I don't know the model number for that. Now, if you saw the sneak peek, you might have thought, how am I running the wires all the way to the 3rd floor? Well, let me show you. Oops, overexposed. Okay, one of these wires is for the smoke detector, and one of these goes to the Commander 3. But where do these wires go? These go into a scary room, which I'll show you. But yeah, it's really scary because there's a lot of spider webs and stuff. But yeah, so I'll go to the scary room and I'll show you where those wires are. I'll cut to that. you're not gonna see really well, but here's the closet where I have all my wiring. Let me turn on my flashlight so I can show you. But this is the wiring. It's pretty messy, but it goes up to the attic, and right here, as you can see, it goes down to the basement. My cable management is horrible, but no one's seeing it, so, and it's not a commercial building, so I don't really care. So yeah, now to the attic. Okay, we're in the attic. It's really hot up here because there's no ventilation except for this air vent right here, which barely works. Like, no air goes here. Let me put a manual focus so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, that air vent never works. Well, here's the smoke detector. I decided to put it right here next to the Commander 3. I'm planning on getting wire mold to make this look nicer, but for now it is what it is. I have my Commander 3 set on the smoke alarm. I don't know, like 2400 hertz or something, but it is set to sound like the smoke alarm. Our wires for the Commander 3 and the smoke alarm are going behind this dresser, and then they go underneath here. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see. Let me get my flashlight again. They go underneath here, and they go into the floor, which goes to the scary room. So yeah. Also, this smoke detector is set on verification. So what that means is that, if you don't know what verification means, is that just once the smoke detector trips a first time, it will reactivate again. And if it trips again, then the panel goes into alarm. The smoke detector had to reactivate a second time in a certain amount of time. If it doesn't activate in a certain amount of time, the panel will think, oh, just a false alarm, and won't activate the alarms. So, in summary, this is used to prevent false alarms, and I need it up here because the kitchen is down here, and without it, the smoke detectors will trip. I might think of getting a heat detector up here instead of this, but I'm not sure if I should get the 135 degree one or the 194, and if I should get a fixed temperature or rate of rise. If you guys know which one to get, tell me, because I don't know. And for now, I'm thinking of keeping this on verification because so far it has never tripped for the 4 days I've had it. Well, anyways, let's test it. Where is my magnet? Yes, this smoke detector uses a magnet, and I'm not using smoke saver on it because I don't really want to clean it and remove it because these are kind of hard to remove, unlike the i3s. So yeah, I have my magnet right here, and let that. Okay, it's tripped and then it reset itself. Now we have to wait a couple of seconds for it to go back into to reset and then go back to normal, and then we have to activate again. So once these two lights start blinking twice again, that's when we know it's back to normal. Also, I don't like how both of the lights blink at the same time. I wish it was that one light blinks, and then when there's smoke in the chamber but not enough for it to trip, both lights blink. How the i3 does it, where when there's smoke in the chamber but not enough to trip, the red and green light blinks. But just that I said, it is what it is. But before we activate it, let me put on my hearing protection because these are pretty loud, and yeah. But I'm putting on my ear protection right now, but yeah. Okay, our ear protection is in. So let's activate it in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so the lights got turned off, but let me turn them back on. As you can see, I have sync mute enabled. So what sync mute is, it's basically 2-wire audible silence. Also, I'm not sure why this one makes a weird noise. Well, both of them do. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Yeah, the piezo or speaker, whatever it is, makes a weird noise when sync mute is enabled or when I silence the panel. So yeah. Also, this one's still flashing. But it's 4 wires, so we don't really care. But yes, I have sync mute enabled on that one, and also the one upstairs, which I'll show you right now. So as you can see, this one is flashing because we have sync mute and only 1 wire is running to it. So there are 2 wires right there because that one's for the smoke. And as you can see, the smoke is still activated. Well, anyways, let's go back downstairs. I don't plan on activating all the alarms today. Just the ones that I recently got, or that I changed. So let's activate the system sensor 2151 down here. Once again, I'm putting my hearing protection. Also, it's an alarm. This one is not set on verification, so it'll activate immediately. Where is the LED? Okay, so I activated it, and yeah. So the last alarm I think I'm gonna be testing for the fire alarm portion of the system is the BG12L. So as it says, push in, pull down. So yeah, push in, pull down. Okay, so now we have to reset the pull station, and then I'll reset from the key switch because I really like to reset from the key switch. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, so that's reset, and now let's get our key switch key. Then we can reset from here. Oh, overexposed. Okay, there. Okay, and our system is back to normal. Now all that's left is the agent release, which I'll activate in a second. Let me just find my notifier key because once again, even though this is on low volume, it's really loud. Yeah. So I have my notifier key, and let me put my hearing protection back on, and yeah, I'm gonna activate it. As I said, push in, pull down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let me get my magnet, and then we'll, oops, my AirPods are stuck to the magnet. Well, let's put the magnet back and our keys back. So this was a test of the Firelite Ms-10ud, or should I say 5ud? No, I'm going to say 10ud. And this was system test 2, and I hope you liked it, and goodbye.